8.4% of the resident adult population of the United States in 2012 was the child of a person born outside the country. That same year, 4.5 million children born in the U.S. lived with at least one undocumented parent. Compared to other countries, the United States has a far more diverse and a larger amount of immigrants currently residing here. What would be the reason for the people to move from their homes while going through a harder time adjusting? Immigrants chose to come for various reasons, such as to live in freedom, to practice their religion freely, to escape poverty or oppression, and to make better lives for themselves and their children. Some people already have members of their family residing in this country, and desire reunification. Some immigrants come to the U.S. because of employment opportunities. Through employment-based immigration, a U.S. employer can sponsor an individual for a specific position where there is a demonstrated absence of U.S. workers. But the real reason is prosperity. For decades, economic growth has easily surpassed population growth, giving the U.S. and much of the rest of the world both more people and more prosperity. Simply put, the desire for a better life somewhere other than the current residence. And the U.S. offers that better life they wish for.
It has no place in America. I'm talking about hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. What is vital now is a swift restoration of law and order.
And the protection of innocent lives. No citizen should ever fear for their safety, security in our society, and no child should ever be afraid to go outside and play or be with their parents and have a good time. This is me speaking.
Basically, the 14th Amendment, Section 1 states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property, without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. A certain portion of Americans that have a distinct appearance or have different ideals sometimes go through a difficult phase getting shunned, or racially profiled since they don't seem to belong in any society. In the United States, they are distinguished because they don't look or think American enough, while in their heritage countries, they are rejected because they adopted the culture in which they were born and raised that doesn't coincide with their own. Although we look and think differently, it doesn't mean we're not from the same nation and culture.
My nationality is American. I was born here in Boise, Idaho. My ethnicity background is the majority Laotian and a little bit of Vietnamese. My dad is fully Vietnamese and my mom is Laotian. I've been called Chinese when I was younger, but I don't consider that as discrimination.
In the site debate.org, there was a debate going with the following prompt. Were there too many, quote-unquote, immigrants? 80% stated yes, while the remaining said otherwise. Some of the 80% expressed their opinion with too many illegals. Deport them and don't let them back in. They are like roaches, you get a few and in a year's time you have 500. America is going to become a third world country if we're not careful. I don't see Germany, Russia, Ireland letting these bean burritos in, so why the hell are we? Enough is enough. We cannot afford the free stuff for the poor now, and we keep adding more and more poor people to our welfare rolls. This is simply killing our country and it needs to stop now. In fact, fewer than 1 in 5 immigrants live in poverty. In 2015, the poverty rate for immigrants was 17.3%, compared with 14.3% for the U.S.-born population. And compared with all Americans, U.S.-born children of immigrants are more likely to go to college, less likely to live in poverty, and equally likely to be homeowners. On the other hand, the remaining 20% stated, immigrants has helped up out in many ways. The U.S. has always been a country of migrants. Immigrants come either because we offered asylum, job opportunities, and a freer land. Note that I didn't say free, I said freer. Ethnic groups come here and they share their culture, which will assimilate with the Americans. Immigrants contribute to our economy and pay our taxes, illegal or not. If we close up our borders, we'll be depriving ourselves of diverse cultures and economic stimuli. The 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause is one of the Constitution's most important and underappreciated provisions. Being an immigrant myself, I came to the United States in order to pursue a better future for myself and my family. Many others came before me and, sometimes, became a rightful legal citizen of this nation. Although we may all look and think differently, I believe that this provision has helped in shaping and uniting this country for the better. And please excuse the pronunciation of live on certain parts in the video. I know it's being pronounced in a different context.